welcome to NBS Konnect, the show where we talk about innovations, gadgets, and everything trending in the world of technology. My name is Sabrina, aka Sabrizi.
Your boy Danze, aka Dijan. Yeah, so at the Innovation Village, we'll be talking about a couple of things that she's already talked about, but uniquely, we're at Sente. We'll be reviewing a couple of things that they're doing, so stick around. Join us after this short break.
So we're still here at the Sente offices, and it's quite interesting that we should be in an office today. There are no kids around, for good reason. People are not usually allowed to bring their kids to the office because of reasons like our first story. Now, a child in the US got her father fired from Apple. Apple.
Oh, Apple in the US, eh?
Yes.
Why?
The guys that make iPhones. Simply because she... No, please, I have to be clear. Simply because she went to visit her father one fine day and got his iPhone 10.
Oh, they're not yet released, eh?
They have not yet released it. But this girl thought that it was clever to make a how-to video with, you know, showing the iPhone X and how it works and everything like that, and just showing all its features before it has even been released. Now, apparently, she released some top secret information that they were not yet ready to put out there on the market, and her father, working for Apple, had this kind of information on his phone. So she got her father into a lot of hot water, and he ended up actually losing his job. And she went, actually after he lost his job, she went and made a statement again on the same platform.
On YouTube? On YouTube?
Which she used, yes. Which she used to get her father fired. She went on the same platform and talked about the whole incident, and she said she'd just gone to visit her father, and her father had the phone anyway. So she was bound to make the video at one point or the other anyway. Now let me tell you what, I want to agree with Apple, but I mean, if Danze, you had the iPhone X, what is going to stop anybody
I will
else?
soon have.
That is besides the point. if you had like a latest gadget, and I'm curious enough to get it and like show it off on social media, which is what most people do nowadays, I don't see how they are affected in any way.
Well, I guess what they're trying to, no top secret things when you're in a lab. I think it was like probably the Apple school or lab or whatever it is. Yeah. I think the things they don't want to put out there because it might affect the sell-on value, or it might affect competition, might actually steal the idea and things like that. It's very stiff, but either way, loser of the week. Well done, Brock. You got your pups fired. Yeah. Okay. So away from iPhone and Apple and whatnot, we're going to go to space, deep space. Yeah. So apparently, and I've always wondered how this affects these guys' lives. When you're in outer space. You've
always wondered?
Yeah, like I had aspirations of being an astronaut at some point. Okay. So apparently the brain can shift in space, or it's shifting. These astronauts are having the brain fluid shifting upwards in while they're in space. So most of them are having or experiencing this effect. NASA says though that there is no medical issue with it, because by the time they're back on Earth,
the fluid is, and the brain is floating around, and there's no...
Just imagine, this is the brain. Okay, this would be my brain because it's quite big. Imagine you're in space. It literally shifts. You get it? The fluid that's supposed to keep it intact, when you're in zero gravity, it lets it, say, move up and down. So NASA got statements out there saying it didn't really happen. There's no medical issue with it. So yeah.
They can't toss it out though, because I refuse to believe that there are no medical implications for your brain shifting around in your head. And on top of that, I think it's one of those things where they're just going to sweep it under the rug. Have you watched that movie?
No, I haven't.
Caution. They sweep it under the rug and we shall never hear about it again.
Speaking of movies, this week's movie, it's going to be a December 15th release. It's Star Wars, The Last Jedi. Okay. I don't know if did you watch the previous installment of Star Wars? Okay, Sabrina didn't watch the movie. So anyway, like how the previous one ended, Rey finally finds Luke Skywalker on the mountain, passes him the lightsaber and whatnot. This is going to be a continuation. The new trailer they released is much darker and grittier. Okay. We hear from the Sith Lords and all those things. So I think it's better you watch the trailer, and we'll get back to that discussion right after that.
We'll get back to the discussion.
Something inside me is was awake. And I need help.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
Let the past die. Kill it. If you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the First Order down. Come on! This is not going to go the way you think. Fulfill your destiny.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
Alright, so let's say, I've never watched any Star Wars movie. Because honestly, I haven't. Summarize it for me in like 30 seconds.
Space and beyond. Have you watched Star Trek? Have you watched Independence Day?
What is that? Independence Day about aliens.
No, Independence Day here at Kololo. Anyway,
Well done.
Star Wars, a battle for frontiers, different factions, the Force, Dark. Do you know Yoda?
No.
Guys, we'll be back right after this break. Let me just talk to Sabrina about Star Wars. Guys, enjoy yourselves. Catch us in a few.